In today's video we're going to be going through, or I'll be going through, and re-putting a handle on a buddy of mine's cold steel shovel. He was using it to kind of throw at our throwing board, or my throwing board, and he's done it before in the past at random logs and stuff out when we're camping, and no issues, no problems there. He has broken the handle in the past. Well, my dad stepped up to the plate. We didn't realize it was cracked. He threw it a couple times, and I think it was like the second or third time he threw it, it cracked that handle right off. So I've been meaning to get to this project, a few other things for Christmas, kind of foreshadowed and took over the day, so I ended up having to do those instead. But now I've been happy to get to being able to do this project. So we're going to go through, and I'm going to use my Shopsmith to lathe out a new handle for him. And I'm real excited. I've been looking forward to doing this for a while now. I have a piece of, I think it's ash. Not quite sure exactly. But I'm going to go through and take that piece. It's a longer-ish block, a little bit extra. My form of how I have to use my lathe is screwing into the end and going about it that way. I don't have any kind of chuck or jaws for it, sadly. I'm looking to get one, but they keep being out of stock. So we're going to go through. I'm going to mount it up onto the lathe, trim it down, try to mirror it a little bit. I have a different end idea for it, something that a few of you might be able to recognize and kind of see where I was going with it, and I'll show you in the end what it looks like. So without further ado, let's get to it. And there it is. So as you kind of saw, I was going at it a little quick. The shop has been kind of obliterated and whole, like tore apart, because I'm going through, and first of the year I wanted to have a full-on clean shop to work with. It's always very much tedious work to constantly go through and clean up the prior mess before you can even start on the next project. I know we all have that problem, at least I do for sure, and I know a few others do. I try to clean along the way, but it always seems to stack up against me. So I have a little bit of prep time before every video before I can even get it to looking halfway decent, just not coated in sawdust, and I need to get a little bit better with my dust collection system. But anyway, this handle turned out a lot better than I was expecting. And what I was getting at from earlier is I was going for the old kind of World War II style handles that they had for the old can grenades. I figured since this was to be more of like a military look, or a, what's it called, a trench shovel kind of style from Cold Steel, I figured I should pay homage to that a little bit. And it turned out a lot better than I was expecting, and it definitely has that look once I kind of pointed out a bit. I talked to my buddy and already showed it to him. He's super excited about it. And we're going through trying to figure out different types of stain, something to help protect the wood. Most any wood, if you leave it dry, especially out here in Colorado, it'll crack eventually just because of how arid it is, and once there's no more moisture left in the wood, it kind of just ends up doing kind of like the back of your hand, it cracks. So we were thinking about a couple different stains, something to fill the pores with, so that way not only does it add a nice neat look to it, but it'll also protect or serve to protect the wood. And I've always been more of a true person to oil wood rather than just lacquer wood, because if you don't get every part of it, as soon as a little bit of moisture gets into the parts that you didn't hit, it'll usually expand and it'll crack your veneer or any of those types, or you just have to do it every year to every other year for shellac, otherwise it ends up kind of scaling and turning yellow, and I'm just not a huge fan of that. I'd rather just oil it up once a year or so. Or as I use it and clean it, I just kind of keep re-oiling it and pull all the impurities and dirt out of the wood and replace it with more sheen, whatever type of oil I choose, or more stain. So anyway, side note. But there it is. You can definitely see he's had fun with it and he's used it a bit. Gotten stuck mildly or had to help other people out on the trails. So even though it's a bit smaller than like a full-size shovel, it is mighty. And it is an awesome little shovel. Looking at picking one up myself in the future and kind of looking forward to the time that I break my handle so I can remake another one. It was a fun project. And I am super stoked that he's happy to see it alive in action, ready to go up with him on the mountain again. And looks good enough, in my opinion. Like he just ordered one up and put it on there, which is what I was really hoping for. So hopefully you enjoyed that quick little video, and more to come. I was just going through the closet of projects of things that have been stacking up that I need to get my hands on. And now that I should have a nice clean shop, I should be able to move forward, and you should start seeing weekly content from me again. Thank you very much. Sorry for the pause in time. I had to go through and finish up some gifts for Christmas, some other individuals that were requiring some commission work from me and some other things, so I ended up taking up a bit of my time, but now I'm back at it again, able to keep pumping out weekly content for everyone out there. So thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the like button like I said a moment ago, and also hit that subscribe button if you aren't already. That way you can get those updates every time that I upload new content. Make sure that you hit the bell so that way you get notified of it. Otherwise you have to go down and hit the subscriptions tab to even see what all of us have been up to that you subscribe to. So thank you very much. Every subscription counts, and hopefully we can hit 1,000 this year. That's my goal. Thank you very much. Have a good one.